Welcome to the Reed Report. Appreciate you guys for taking this time to hear me out here on the Reed Report. We got a good show scheduled today, a really good show, an interesting one. As you can see, the two players on the screen. So some of you probably already know where I'm going with this, even by that and judging by the title as well. But before we get into that, be sure to subscribe to the channel. As you see, we are so close to getting to 1,900 as we continue to drive to get to 2,000. So please subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell as well so you can be notified when videos like these go up. And yeah, without any further ado, let's get into the show because this is a good one.
Tell me what they wanna see me for. Hear me out, here we go. It's the Reed Report. Tell me what they wanna see me for. Hear me out, here we go. It's the Reed Report. Tell me what they wanna see me for. Hear me out, here we go. It's the Reed Report. Tell me what they wanna see me for. Hear me out, here we go. It's the Reed Report.
So after 3 league MVPs, a Super Bowl, Brett Favre left the Green Bay Packers after 16 years and went to play for the New York Jets. Favre spent 1 season with the Jets. The team started 8-3 that year, and it looked like they were poised to, make a run at a championship. It looked as if the Jets were about to make a run for a Super Bowl. They beat they ended the Titans like 10-0 undefeated streak or something like that. And with Brady out of the picture for the rest of the season with the torn ACL, it looked like the Jets were the front runners, to me at least, because I remember that season. You still had the Steelers, you still had the Colts, but it looked like the Jets had a legit chance to make a run at the Super Bowl. But then after that Titans win, everything went downhill. And not only that, they also had another team in the division who came out of nowhere, the Miami Dolphins, who were 1-15 the year prior, and they reintroduced the Wildcat offense to the league. And of course, you all know the story with that. But anyway, the Jets, after 8-3 start, they ended up finishing 9-7. They only won 1 game after that. And Brett Favre threw 22 touchdowns and 22 interceptions. He actually, I believe that year, threw his 300 interception. I think was still an all-time record for interceptions. But yeah, it wasn't a good ending to the season, but it was a promising start in the first 11 games. So after that, Favre didn't come back to the Jets. He went to the Minnesota Vikings the following year and had one of his best seasons of his career, throwing 33 touchdowns with only 7 interceptions, which was a huge surprise. He was in the MVP conversation with Peyton Manning and Drew Brees, and Peyton actually won it. He won it back-to-back. He won it the year prior when Favre was with the Jets, and he won it in 2009. But Minnesota had talent that year. We get into what we get into. Minnesota had talent that season. They had people like Adrian Peterson, of course, who was just in year 3 of his career already doing damage. They had Sidney Rice at receiver, Bernard Berrien, Percy Harvin, Vasante Shenko, I believe that's how you say his name. And they had a number 6 ranked defense led by Jared Allen, if y'all remember him, of course. He also played for my Panthers during our Super Bowl run year, 2015. Vikings went on to, not only did they win a division, they won a division with 12 wins, but they went on to beat the Dallas Cowboys 34-3 in a divisional round before Brett Favre tapped back in to Brett Favre by throwing an interception on a play that he could have clearly rushed to get about 5 or 6 yards. So as you saw right there and as you heard, man, that announcer, that was a Vikings broadcaster, and he was not having it because we all knew about Brett Favre being prone to them interceptions. We did see, I believe, in 2007, in the 2007 season when they were in the NFC Championship game against the Giants, if I'm not mistaken, I think he threw a costly interception that set up the Giants to win that championship game. The point is, they didn't win the Super Bowl. They didn't win the Super Bowl, but they were a talented team that was capable of winning the Super Bowl. And you saw right there how close they came to winning the Super Bowl, the Minnesota Vikings, the 2009 Minnesota Vikings. And now let's talk about Aaron Rodgers. Let's talk about the reason we're here, the similarities. won 4 MVPs in a Super Bowl after spending 18 years with the Packers, and I believe like 15 of those seasons he was the starting quarterback, took over in 2008. Left for the Jets, just like Favre did in 2023. And just like Favre, Rodgers didn't have a good first year with the Jets, and he only played like 4 plays, if I remember. He only played like 4 snaps, got hurt in the opening drive of that season. He did return after that first year, and we saw what happened this year. We all caught up. We all know what happened this season with the New York Jets. We know that it didn't go as planned. It didn't go the way the Jets and the way I thought it would go. I thought they were going to win the division. I had them as the 4th seed or something like that in the AFC in my predictions. So they completely got me too. So not only would it be following in Favre's footsteps by leaving the Jets and going to the Packers' rival Minnesota Vikings, but again, just like the Favre situation, it makes sense. This right here makes sense for Rodgers to go if Minnesota wants him. Let's start right there. Maybe they don't want Aaron Rodgers, and I would assume he would want to go there, but maybe they don't want him. But it would make sense because Rodgers, you saw this Viking team who finished 14-3 last season, and just like that 2009 Vikings team, this team has talent as well. With Addison, of course, their best player, one of the best receivers in the league, Justin Jefferson. Also, Aaron Jones, Aaron Rodgers' former teammate, Aaron Jones. And also a solid defense, a top defense that can create a lot of turnovers, and a team that's just ready to win now. 14 wins was no fluke. They just needed a guy that can get them over. Sam Darnold did good for what he did, but he couldn't get them over the top. And I think this would be perfect for J.J. McCarthy to spend one more year developing. And what better way, in my opinion, to develop when you got a guy like Aaron Rodgers, who I believe have one more good year left in the tank, and at the same time you competing for a Super Bowl. So I think this would be a great matchup, a great pairing for the two sides, Rodgers and the Vikings, if he decide not to go with the Jets. Because like I said, Darnold did as well as he could. He put up MVP type numbers, but you saw those last 2 games, the Lions game for the championship and the 1 seed, and the playoff game against the Rams. And if you see this headline from this article right here, Rodgers non-committal, the Jets GM and the new coach, Aaron Glenn, non-committal on Aaron Rodgers. So on Rodgers' status, or is it them not knowing what Rodgers wants to do? But it's a messy situation there. I don't think it's the place for Aaron Rodgers, and I'm not defending Rodgers. I think Rodgers is to blame for a lot of things, because we all have heard about Aaron Rodgers' behavior. We all have seen it, his body language and things on the sideline. So I'm not defending Aaron Rodgers whatsoever, but I'm just saying this situation right here makes sense because Rodgers still has a little left in the tank. I think you can get one more MVP caliber season out of Aaron Rodgers. But let me know what y'all think about this situation. Be sure to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Again, this makes sense to me. It'll be like history repeating itself. And it makes sense. It just makes sense. So let me know what y'all think, and we're going to see y'all soon. Y'all have a good one. Peace.
Hear me out. Here we go with the Reed Report. Bring it to you live. On time. Bring it to you live. On time. Bring it to you live. On time. Bring it to you live. On time.